What happens when life tries to break you? An unshaken spirit rises. Strength is not measured by how many battles you avoid, but by how many storms you endure without surrender. Life will push you to the edge, shake your foundations, and test every ounce of courage within you. Yet the spirit that is unshaken bends but never breaks, stumbles but never stays down. It whispers, "Stand again," no matter how hard you fall. The body may ache, the heart may hurt, but the spirit remains alive. And when everything else fails, it is that inner fire that keeps you moving. The unshaken spirit doesn't ask for easy, it asks for endurance. True power is not found in the absence of battles, but in the refusal to let those battles defeat your spirit. Why do some people rise even when crushed by life? Because their spirit is unshaken. They don't beg for an easy path. They embrace the difficult one, knowing that pain is the price of growth. Every challenge shapes them, every trial builds them, every setback trains them. The unshaken spirit doesn't ask, "Why me?" It boldly declares, "Try me." Life throws stones at them, but they build fortresses out of those stones. Pain doesn't destroy them, it refines them. Struggle doesn't weaken them, it strengthens them. In the end, their scars are not marks of weakness, but medals of survival. The world breaks many, but it can never break the spirit that refuses to bow. How do you stand tall when chaos surrounds you? An unshaken spirit doesn't collapse when storms rage. It rises. Fear may whisper loudly, but the unshaken spirit whispers louder. While others lose themselves in panic, the unshaken spirit finds direction in the middle of confusion. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the refusal to be ruled by it. Fear shakes the body, but the spirit stays calm, steady, and unyielding. The more chaos screams, the stronger the spirit becomes. And in the end, chaos does not break you. It reveals the unshakable strength you never knew you had. An unshaken spirit doesn't run from storms. It becomes the eye of the storm. What keeps you standing when the world wants you on your knees? Resilience, the flame of the unshaken spirit. Defeat may knock you down, but it cannot keep you there. Every fall becomes fuel, every failure becomes wisdom, and every setback becomes preparation for a greater comeback. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, it is about surviving it with strength intact. The unshaken spirit treats failure as a teacher, not a prison. The harder life pushes, the brighter its fire burns, and the longer it is tested, the stronger it becomes. Resilience is the anthem of the unshaken. It sings even when the world tries to silence it. Who is the greatest warrior? The one who first conquers themselves. The unshaken spirit doesn't just fight battles outside, it wins the war inside. Fear, doubt, and weakness attack daily, but the unshaken spirit resists. It doesn't let negativity sit on the throne of the mind. It declares, "Doubt has no authority here, fear has no voice here." Once the inner war is won, no external battle can defeat it. The unshaken spirit is not reckless. It is disciplined, measured, and relentless. It doesn't waste strength, it channels it. The warrior within conquers self first and then the world. Can silence be stronger than noise? Absolutely. The unshaken spirit doesn't need to scream to prove itself. Its proof is survival. In silence, it regains energy. In silence, it finds wisdom. In silence, it prepares for victory. Words may inspire for a day, but endurance inspires for a lifetime. The unshaken spirit doesn't waste time announcing every fight. It simply keeps fighting. When victory finally arrives, the world remembers not the noise, but the quiet persistence that made it possible. True power is never loud. It is patient, quiet, and relentless. Silence is not emptiness. It is strength disguised as stillness. Why does patience make the spirit unshakable? Because greatness is never built in haste. The impatient demand results in collapse when they don't come, but the unshaken spirit endures the wait. Like a tree that spends years growing roots before it shows branches, the spirit grows within before it shows outside. Patience teaches discipline. Patience builds endurance, and patience shapes power. Every day of waiting with faith strengthens the foundation of resilience. Time bends to those who refuse to give up. Patience is not weakness, it is the sharpest weapon of the unshaken. An unshaken spirit knows that patience today becomes greatness tomorrow. What part of you can the world never touch? The core of your being, your unshaken spirit. This is the anchor that holds when everything else falls apart. Wealth may vanish, health may falter, friends may leave, but your spirit remains yours forever. It is the part of you that survives even when all else is gone. An unshaken spirit cannot be purchased, cannot be stolen, and cannot be destroyed. It is the unbreakable foundation on which you stand. When everything external is taken away, it is the spirit that rises again. Your unshaken core is your eternal advantage. The unshaken spirit is the eternal strength no one can take from you. How do you stand when fear surrounds you? By holding on to faith. The unshaken spirit knows that faith is greater than fear and hope is greater than despair. Fear says you cannot, but faith whispers you will. Fear weakens, but faith strengthens. The unshaken spirit doesn't walk by sight. It walks by vision, by belief, by trust in something greater. Fear may rattle the world, but faith steadies the spirit. And a spirit armed with faith cannot be shaken, no matter how fierce the storm. Faith is the fuel of every great victory. The unshaken spirit doesn't live by fear, it lives by unbreakable faith. What makes others rise when they see you rise? The unshaken spirit is contagious. Your strength becomes a mirror for others, showing them what they are capable of. When you endure, you show someone else they can endure too. When you rise again, you prove to others that falling is not the end. Inspiration is not in noise, it is in resilience. The unshaken spirit doesn't just lift itself, it lifts those who watch it. The example of one person's unshaken strength can awaken entire generations. Your unshaken spirit may be the spark that awakens someone else's fire. Can you win even when you lose? The unshaken spirit says yes, because defeat is never final unless you let it break your will. You may lose a battle, but you do not lose your identity. You may be knocked down, but you rise with more wisdom every time. An unshaken spirit sees defeat as a stepping stone, not a grave. It collects lessons from failure and turns them into weapons for future battles. Loss is not an end. It is a beginning. Every defeat strengthens the resolve for victory. Every defeat hides a victory, and the unshaken spirit always finds it. What cannot be extinguished? The eternal flame of an unshaken spirit. Life can reign, storms can rage, and winds can howl, but nothing can kill the fire within. The flame may flicker, but it never goes out. It may dim, but it never dies. The unshaken spirit is eternal. It survives generations, inspiring long after the person is gone. It is the whisper of strength that outlives every obstacle. The eternal flame burns not to destroy, but to light the path forward. It is the inheritance of resilience passed down to every soul. An unshaken spirit never dies. It only grows brighter with time. Why do some achieve the impossible? Because their spirit stays focused, unshaken by distraction. The unshaken spirit doesn't waste time chasing noise, arguments, or comparisons. It locks eyes with its vision and refuses to look away. While the world scatters its energy, the unshaken spirit directs it like a laser. Every step is intentional, every effort precise, every sacrifice meaningful. Focus turns struggle into strength, and strength into victory. The unshaken spirit doesn't need 1,000 moves. It only needs one perfectly placed. Focus is the weapon that makes the unshaken spirit unstoppable.